So today is going to be an informative video, and it is going to be entitled Things to Know / Do When You Move Out of State. And the reason I'm doing this video is because I recently did move out of state. I moved all the way from Pennsylvania all the way to California. Huge, drastic change, but things are going pretty smooth now. For the first beginning, like 2.5 weeks, it was tough. But there are many things that I wish I knew before moving out, venturing out, and yeah. So with that in mind, I just thought of one other thing to touch base off. Number one, save, save, save. I repeat, save. Make sure you have a good chunk of change before moving out to another state. Reason being is because obviously you're not going to start off having a job unless you are one of those lucky few that already have a job in place in another state. I mean, maybe the reason you're moving is because you found a different job out of state. But besides that, if you don't have a job, make sure you have a good chunk of change saved up, because it's tough not having a job set in stone for when you're moving, which that's my dilemma. Thankfully, I booked a lot of dance. I didn't book a lot of dance gigs. I booked one dance gig. I booked a few modeling gigs and a promotional modeling gig, which thankfully I have that for myself to do, but it's not all the time. But definitely save, because you have to think of travel costs, money for gas, for oil, for any repairs that you may have to do alongside of the way. Like, especially if you're driving across the country or driving to another state, you never know if you may have to tow your car, get new tires. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it could be anything. Food, gas, water, clothing. Just be smart and make sure you have money saved for any particular reason, you know. Two, changing over your driver's license, your registrations, and the cost and that. Today I actually went to the DMV. I did the registration for California, but you have to take a smog test in California, which I knew about, but I didn't know you had to do that before getting the registration. So tomorrow I'm going to have my car checked for smog. That's like a $50 fee just for that. It's like, come on, guys. California, you're already expensive, and you're going to make us do all these tests. But registration cost $154, and to do the driver's license that cost or driver's test that cost $33. And then the smog test is gonna cost me like $45-50. So right there, that's like $210. So you have to factor that in, and then for the actual driver's license plate, I'm not sure, because I still have to get my title. Make sure you have the title of your car when you're moving, because you need that. My bank, I paid my loan off in June, and they still, like, they're just sending the title to my parents' house in Pennsylvania, so I will hopefully get that next week. We'll see. My parents are slow with sending stuff to me, but yeah, you have to factor that in. 3, adjusting to the traffic, the roads, and the people. And I say the traffic because LA traffic is horrendous. It's not fun. It's difficult. It's not easy. It's stressful. It's always busy. There are many lanes on the freeway, highway, whatever you want to call it. I'm used to 2, 3 lanes, 4 lanes the most in like Philadelphia, like DC, Maryland area. Out here there's like 5, 6 lanes, and you just really, really have to pay attention and follow the rules of the road. But I've had no like major issues, not yet, knock on wood. But just definitely have to pay attention. People are a lot different in every state. Make sure you just are respectful to people. I don't really know, I just kind of threw that one in there, but know that people are different everywhere, and it's kind of like a culture shock, really, because like I moved from Pennsylvania, where it's mostly white people, and there are few Hispanics, few blacks and Asians, and over in California it's everyone. There's so many different cultures, and it's so diverse, which I like, but it's kind of like, whoa, I was not expecting that kind of thing. even though I've been here before, but you know, like I've been here for over a month now, so I've really seen all the cultures and what California has to offer as far as that goes. But that's that. So if you're a racist person, I don't suggest you come to California because there's a lot of minorities and there's a lot of different races. I hope no one gets offended because I'm half Puerto Rican and Italian and German, so I'm mixed. I'm a minority myself, so don't get offended by these comments. I'm just being open and just opinionated, whatever. Number 4, make sure you have a resume. Like I said, if you don't have a job out here, have a resume. Print 20, 30 copies. You never know how many interviews you're going to be having. The first week I was here, I had literally like 5 interviews, 6 interviews. I don't remember. I had a lot. But make sure you have your resume up to date. Make sure it looks professional. Make sure it looks good. Make sure you have references. Make sure the references numbers are working. So number 5, if you're coming out for college, make sure you know where you're going to be. Make sure you know the area. Look around at dorms. Make sure you're going to be with people you trust. There's many parts of LA and California that are not safe. So definitely knowing where you are is important. Alright. I would say number 6 is being like safe with like health, I guess you could say. Just be healthy, because I got a cold recently. Not saying it's from moving, it could have been just a cold, but definitely you're in a whole new environment, you're around more people, blah blah. Make sure you stay hydrated, make sure you're taking vitamins, drinking your orange juice and stuff like that, and using sanitizer when you're going through supermarkets, different stores and so forth, because like I said, there are a lot more people out in California, so you gotta think of germs and bacteria and things of that sorts. Let's see, trying to think of anything else, but number 1, like the number 1 was like definitely the most important, is making sure you have money here. And definitely I would say for number 8 is I don't know if it's 8 or 7, make sure like you know where you're gonna live before you come out here, or like have a backup plan, because I was trying to get an apartment, and since I didn't have like a job, I wasn't able to get an apartment because they're like, oh, I need 2 months pay stubs, blah blah blah. And I did have that because I was working in Pennsylvania, but like a lot of the places, like the rental people, they wanted to make sure that you could pay for rent times 2 per month. So basically, like if rent was $900 a month, they want your income to be like $2,700 a month. You know what I mean? Even if your rent's only $900, they want to make sure that you're making over $2,700 a month, which I guess it's just the way it is. But you have to factor that in. And then taxes out here are 8%. Every state has their different tax brackets and so forth, but California is like one of the higher ones. Pennsylvania was at 6%. I think out here it's like 8.4 or something like that. But definitely got to factor that in. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I don't know. If I think of any other things, I'll make a part 2 to this video. But those are the things to know and do before moving out of state, in particular California, especially from the East Coast. Totally different. Kind of miss home still, miss my family, miss my normal life, but like I said, things are going well out here, so I can't complain. I'm starting a new job next week, so I'm happy about that. The pay rate is higher up here. The minimum wage in California is like, I want to say $8.50. I'm making more than that, obviously, but that's also like a thing to think about, because it costs more to live out here, so obviously it's going to be higher. But I'm excited. I will let you guys know how that works and goes. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please comment down below, rate,